What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Emme. My name is Jacqueline, for those of you that do not know. Sorry for the lighting. I use natural light and the sun is currently setting, but I really wanted to get this video out. So yeah, today we're going to be talking about romance books. So if you're interested in seeing my romance recommendations, please keep watching. Alright, so currently I have in front of me 3 categories of romance. I have the young adult romance. I have adult with very little smut in it. And I have adult with very much smut in it. So these are just the ones that I enjoyed and I want to recommend them to you. So here we go. Alrighty. We're going to start with YA. So I have 2 YA. I think I already said this. I have 2 YA category or 2 YA books, and they're from the same author and the same series. I don't even know if it's a series, but the first one is When Dimple Met Richie by Sanda Menon. If I'm butchering the author's name, I am so sorry, but it's a known fact I'm bad with names. This book is too cute. It's about this girl named Dimple who is Indian, and she just wants to go to this camp for engineers or something, and she does want to go to MIT in the fall. Her parents are letting her go to MIT, but they do want her to get married because that's like normal within her culture. She is Indian. Richie is also Indian, and he's going to Stanford, or I think it's the other way around. One of them's going to Stanford, one of them's going to MIT. He's very interested in art, but Richie is very big on family, and he's very big on tradition and making his parents happy, whereas Dimple wants to break the tradition and rebel all the way out, and or rebel all the way out. So she's reluctant to even be his friend, and it goes on from there. And there's obviously a romance between these two. That's not a spoiler because look at the video, but it's really cute. I think I gave it 4 stars, maybe. I really like this. I was thinking about it a lot even after I finished it. The romance is so cute in here, and the development is semi-slow, which I like. Next is also from Sanda Menon, and it is From Twinkle with Love. This is again about a Indian girl named Twinkle. She wants to become a director. She works on this project with this guy who's her main love interest, and I should know his name, but I don't remember. Oh, Sahil. Sahil is this guy who she becomes friends with, and he has a huge crush on her, and she's like completely oblivious to the fact, I guess. Like, I don't understand. Even reading it, I was like, how can you not see? And they end up working on this movie project together, and she kind of loses her way because she wants to be popular. He, on the other hand, doesn't really care about being popular. He just wants to be with her, and he really adores, his friends and the people around him and stuff. And there's a romance in this one also between Twinkle and Sahil. And this one was very cute too. Sahil is so adorable, and I loved everything about this book. I think I gave it 4 stars, but I might bump it up to 5. No lie. That was it for YA. Now we're gonna talk really quickly about adult with little to no smut, because that's the next shortest. And I only have 3 books. 2 are in a series. There is a 3rd book in a series. I just haven't gotten to it yet. Me Before You by Jojo Moyes. I think that's Moyes. And After You by Jojo Moyes. This one got turned into a movie. I don't think they did a movie about this one. I haven't seen the movie, but I did like these. I'm not going to say too much about it. Because I can't tell you much about this one without telling you about this one. But I am going to tell you a little bit of a spoiler. The girl in this one, her name is Louisa, but people call her Lou. She starts working for this paraplegic named Will. And he hates life and whatever. He ends up dying in this one. I'm just going to tell you that right now. That was a spoiler. And then in this one, she moves to London because she did promise him that she would lead more of an exciting life, and he left her some money to do so. So she ends up moving to London, and living her best life. And she does start dating another guy, which I completely forgot his name now, to be honest. He's a firefighter, and she met him through a grief group that she's part of. And these are both really good, and I like them a lot. I don't know if it's historical fiction or actual fiction, but there's definitely a lot of romance in here. And that is Alex and Eliza, a love story, and it is part of the Alex and Eliza trilogy. I do have the 2nd book. I haven't read it yet, which is why it's not on this list, but I do plan to read it probably next month or the month after. I think I'm going to read all romance in November, but we'll see about that. And this just is about Alexander Hamilton and Elizabeth Schuyler. That right there. Eliza falls in love with Alexander, and she's kind of like the rebel of her family. She doesn't want to get married to just anybody. She believes in true love and all this other stuff. And her family is very well known, even in the new world and in the old world. Her family is well established. They don't want her getting with Alex because he doesn't really come from a family. Nobody really knows about his past. He's kind of making his own story, and her family is not about that. So she gets engaged to this other guy who's a jackass. And sorry, my mom's yelling. And yeah, it's just their love story, and if they'll end up together or not, we'll see. But I mean, all right, that was it. So for the non-smutty, now my pile for the smutty it's really not that much because it's 2 series. That's what it is, but it looks like a lot. So the first adult smutty books I'm going to be talking about is Don't Tempt Me by Lori Foster and Worth the Wait by Lori Foster. This is the first one. This is the second one. This was the first smutty book that I read. Possibly ever. I read 50 Shades and all that, but like I don't remember it being like this. So I love these. These are both 5 stars. This one is about this girl named Honor. She moves right next to this guy named Jason. She moved next to this guy named Jason Guthrie. Jason is letting his brother and his nephew stay with him because they've not so recently gone through a tragedy where Jason's sister-in-law passed away. So he automatically hates Honor, like off rip, because he thinks that she is going to be that needy neighbor that like wants help with everything and always asking for stuff like that, and he doesn't want to be a part of it. Whereas Honor in real life is like really self-dependent and hates asking for help, and even when it's offered hates taking help. She rather do everything herself. So they start a love connection, and there's a lot of sex in this, and it's so great, and I love it. So, and even though it's very smutty, like the romance between them is so cute and just so adorable, and the teasing is amazing, and I love it. This one is about Jason's brother. His name is Hogan, and I think his son's name's Connor. His name's Hogan, and Hogan has had a long time crush on Violet. Hogan has had a long time crush on Honor, and it's just them exploring their relationship and pretending it's not really a relationship, because apparently neither of them want anything serious, but they do. And this one was also very cute. It did have less sexual scenes than this one, but it did have some still, and it was still very cute, and a lot was going on, and it was wonderful. Next series is the last series, or the last books I have, but there are 5, and this is the Crossfire series. This is my favorite series of all time, my favorite books of all time. These books are phenomenal. Me and my ex-boyfriend got into a lot of issues because of this, because I just wanted him to be the guy in this book. So this book does follow like one couple of this series, and just so you know, it's Barred to You. That's the first book. I Am Reflected in You is the second book. Entwined with You is the third book. Captivated by You is the fourth book. And One with You is the fifth book. Actually, I think I got them mixed up. I don't think Captivated by You. I think Captivated by You is the third one. Anyway. So, and they're all by Sylvia Day. The whole series. Can I just say that I love this series? So, I'm just going to tell you what the first book is about, because I don't want to ruin the whole series for you. Actually, I'm going to read the back for you. Okay? This is a quote from the main girl. Gideon Cross came into my life like lightning in the darkness. Gideon Cross is the main guy in this. He was beautiful and brilliant, jagged and white hot. I was drawn to him as I'd never been to anyone or anything in my life. I craved his touch like a drug, even knowing it would weaken me. I was flawed and damaged, and he opened those cracks in me so easily. Gideon knew he had demons of his own, and we would become the marriage that reflected each other's most private wounds and desires. The bonds of his love transformed me, and even as I prayed that the torment of our past didn't tear us apart, it would. No, I'm just kidding. I don't remember the main girl's name. Let's see here. Eva! Eva is the main girl in here, and she just moved to New York City with her best friend Carrie. Her mom is very overbearing. Her and Carrie share an apartment, and she's starting as an advertiser or an assistant to an advertiser at her new job. The next day, she meets Gideon Cross. He is the owner of the building she works in, as well as half of New York. He's a very wealthy man, and she knows nothing about him. She's never heard about him. He's never heard about her. But as soon as they meet, instant connection. it's like they're here. And it's just following their love story. They both do have a lot of demons and a lot of things that they never really dealt with in the right way. Or she dealt with them better than he did. But he has a lot of things that he didn't deal with in the past. And they kind of bring up some of her things that she has already dealt with, which kind of messes up their relationship a little bit. And yeah, I loved this whole series. I've already read this series 2 times, and the first time I read it was this year. It was like a couple months ago. And I read it the first time, and the second time I listened to the audiobooks. Everything was it's just so good. And yeah. So those I obviously gave 5 stars to. That's it for my romance recommendation video, part 1. I'll do another one maybe in a couple months once I've read more romance, if I come up with enough that I really love. Thank you for watching this video. Please make sure to subscribe. Make sure to share this video or any other videos that are on my channel that you like, and make sure to give this video a thumbs up. That's it. Oh, look at my nails. I got my nails in. Aren't they cute? They're supposed to be like a chandelier. Yes. Remember to spread peace and positivity all day, every day, and it'll come back to you. And remember to keep reading. Bye.